Good morning, y'all. Here we are. I just left home this morning on the start of a new run. I've been at home for a couple of weeks and a week or so rather, and did locals on the flowers and stuff like that. Thought I'd be staying at home on the flowers. I thought they were going to kick off, but they haven't. They've been a bit slow to start off. So I've taken another load, which gets me 2 drops over Wenatchee, which I checked the weather forecast this morning. Wenatchee isn't that far away from home. It's only 140 miles if I go over Stevens Pass. So I checked Stevens Pass. This one can be a bit naughty. I'm on the pass right now, but it said it was okay and not a lot of snow. If I go around, it's like an extra 47 mile. I think it is 47 mile to go around over Snoqualmie. But this is a beautiful pass, it really is. I haven't been over here for a while. So we're chancing it and coming up this way. There you go. This is the pass. Which obviously it's not too bad. But it was showing me on the cameras this morning, it was showing me a bit of snow and slush and crap up at the top. And it said no change required, but traction tyres advised. Which I always think is a funny thing. Traction tyres. So, aren't all tyres traction tyres? They all give you traction, so what's all that about? Traction tyres advised. Advised to come with your tyres on your vehicle. There's a good bit of advice right there, isn't it? Just bare rims on the ground will not work very well. Anyway, so it doesn't look too bad at all. We're still climbing up. We've got a little bit before we get up to the ski resort at the top there. And then drop down the other side. So like I say, I've got two pickups, one in Wenatchee, one in Yakima. So I did my Google thing this morning. Google's got a great little app on it, Google Maps. It's pretty easy to use. If this is for the Americans who are doing, as the crow flies, agricultural. I'm not sure if you can do it in England or not on the agricultural, or whether, probably not. So, because it's apples and pears I'm loading, I'm running agricultural. The delivery is for Friday 11 o'clock. It's now Monday morning. My first pickup isn't until 11 o'clock. Hopefully I'll get that on a bit earlier. Second one isn't till 4:30. Yakima, which is about an hour and a half away from the first one, which is South Dakota. I really need to run my agricultural from my second drop. Yeah, so follow me here. So if I do it from a second drop, then I get 150 miles, sorry, as the crow flies, without unlock. So then I can have a short period tonight of sleep. I don't have to have a full 10 off if I don't start my log. So I measured it all out, and from home, which is my base, it's just in is Yakima. So I managed to be able to do that without starting my log, because otherwise I would have had to have 10 hours off. I'd have been on log by the time I got to Yakima, probably loaded and finishing about 11 o'clock tonight, something like that, which isn't very good at all, because that means I can't stay up till 8 o'clock. Keep up with me on this one. 8 o'clock then turns into 11 o'clock by the time I get over the other side, the east coast to Virginia. That's where I'm going, because of three different time zones I'm going through. You know, so it gets later and later, and it's not very good then, is it? You know what I mean? And it's got to be there for 11 o'clock. So I've got to make the most of today, do as much as I can, have a short night tonight, and set off about 3:30 in the morning. And then I'll be all right. I'll be back in the game then. It shouldn't be too bad if there isn't any holdup. Depending though, my problem is as well is, because of the way they're loading it, I've got to do Wenatchee first. Wenatchee was going to be the second one, this one here, which would then send me straight across through 90, South Dakota. It's the beginning of April right now, so it should be warming up a bit. It should be. Somebody needs to tell this mountain that, don't they? That would have been fine, but they twisted it round, so I have to load the one in Yakima, which is southeast of Washington, and then my quickest and most direct route is to drop down, go Salt Lake City, Utah, turn east at the top of the side of Utah, and head over to Wyoming, going through Wyoming. Well, let me tell you, well, I've told you before, Wyoming can be hit and miss at any time of year. You can get, I think it's one of the states that will snow it snows every day of the year somewhere in Wyoming or something. I'm not sure if it's that state now, I remember. I'm probably telling you an unvernon fact, but never mind, Google it and take it or leave it if you don't like bollocks. So I've got to run all the way through Wyoming, which they got high wind the other day, tornadoes, all that bloody good stuff, you know what I mean? So it'll be what it'll be, but alright. And it is a pretty run, but fingers crossed it's going to be alright. I don't want to break my my cherry of 2 years of not slinging chains, so fingers crossed. Yeah, we've got a bit of a problem with the putting videos up as well, so I'm going to post this one tonight. Just keep my, because I can't join the videos in together. That Stephanie does all that, but Jack chucked a load of water down Stephanie's laptop. So right now at the moment we don't have a laptop to do it on until that one gets into the menders and we get it back and sorted out. You're gonna have to just put up with me just posting short videos for a little while. Come on, get back. Alright, for the skiers, getting the last bit. I rate this. This is the US 2, sorry, this road. I rate this as one of the prettiest roads out there. It really is. Steady away. Yeah, I've got it all clear. This is nice because that's the top there. I've just come over the peak now, so we're just coming down. Then we're running to Leavenworth, which is absolutely beautiful. Bavarian town, which you've seen the videos before. This is one of the difficult ones to keep open because it comes down pretty fast on here. And because it isn't travelled as much as Snoqualmie, they don't have the resources, because it's only a US road, it's not an interstate. They don't have such as the manpower that they have over on the 90. Snoqualmie. So that's the deal. It's 3,000 miles from me leaving home to get my 2 pickups on to getting over to Virginia. You know, for the people, I know I have quite a few people now who watch the videos who are anything to do with trucking and stuff like this. Let me just explain how we get a raw deal. Everything's, I'm going to start whinging, aren't I? I shouldn't whinge, but this is the way it is. People don't realise this, but it's the way it is. And you do have a choice. You know, I could have chose not to take this load, but you take this load. Majority of the loads now are like this. Flat to the mat, last minute. You've got no time to wiggle or anything. It's been like that for the last 2 years. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's lack of transport and brokers holding back on the money and not wanting to put the price up on the load boards for people taking the loads until last minute, and then they put it up a bit. I've taken it on this load's paying shit basically, but it's getting me out there, and hopefully my back load is going to be a good paying one. So that's what my gamble is on. It's all a gamble. Transport really is one big old gamble. Here, you want to look at the pretty snow around me. So you take the load, you've got minimum days to get over there. You know, 3,000 days in 3,000 miles in 4 days. It's 4 days, and you've got until 11 o'clock on the Friday morning. So you basically only got 4.5 days, haven't you, from start to finish. So the only way you can do this legally is if it wasn't for the agricultural being able to run off log at the moment, I don't think you'd do it on time. Well, you wouldn't do it on time because you'd be starting your hours now and you'd be running too late into the night and things like that. So poor old driver here is forced to not have a 10 hours break tonight. You have to just have like 6 hours sleep and then get going again. You have to, otherwise you aren't going to do it. That's part and parcel of the job. You know, I am whinging about it because I've done it for years and I know what to expect, and that's how it is. But I'm just trying to explain to people who don't have anything to do with transport to realise what we're up against in the trucking industry. Then, right, so you've got to have 6 hours off, then you've got to drive a full 11-hour day. That's 11 hours of driving for the next 3 days. 11 solid hours a day. Have your minimum time off of 10 hours and get going again. So that's not so bad, you know, because you got full 10 hours on a night off, and recuperate and get going again. But you still got to do the 11 hours. Maximise. You can't have time to do jollying about anything like that during the day. Drive, basically, to get there. If you do not get to that load on time, which is 11 o'clock on Friday, yeah? Don't forget, if you are late, I think they should close at 12 o'clock on Friday, does this particular one. It's a Kroger delivery. You don't get there, you will get a reschedule charge of 250 bucks, I think it is on these this company. A rebooking charge of 250 bucks. That's to me, that goes to me, yeah? Not to anybody else. I get charged because I didn't get there in time, yeah? So then all of a sudden your cheap load is going even cheaper because you're losing out even more money if you don't make it. Bear in mind as well, then you would be sat there till Monday to get the load off. Your reefer, because your fridge is running on the back, your reefer fuel, you're going downhill rapidly now. So it's all, you must get there. Whatever happens, you've got to get there. Because, you know, you're going downhill fast if you miss that delivery. It's even worse this week, this coming weekend, because it's Easter. So that would be Tuesday if I missed it. So that'd be 3 days sat there with a load, with a reefer, and going nowhere. 100 bucks a day for the lease on the truck. Reefer fuel, oh my God. I feel like banging my head against the wall already. So, hey, it's got to be there. That's what we're looking. And you know, this is really what winds me up in the industry that a lot of people don't realise. A lot of car drivers, when they're cutting the truck up and things like that, and the bloody truck's in my way and stuff like that, government come out with all these marvellous rules and things like this, that the driver can't do this, can't do that, which I agree with a hell of a lot of it. I love the way they cut it out the side. It looks really cool, doesn't it? Morning all, here we are in Montana now. Yes, luckily, somebody gave me a heads up on Facebook about the weather, and they'd seen I was going to go, obviously heard or seen on Facebook that I was going to go via Wyoming to get across to Virginia, and I looked at there and it's forecast for Wednesday and today. It's a shit show over there at the moment. Like I said, it's always bad over there. The forecast for Wednesday, 2 to 4 foot of snow. Today the same, and I'm not sure about Thursday. I didn't get that far. That was far enough for me to look at the weather, and it was like, nope, bollocks to you, Wyoming, we're not going that way. So I hightailed it back up the way, and now coming across Montana. So I'm going to follow the 90 all the way across, the usual route I've been doing for years. Years, like an old veteran. Okay, 5 years, 6 years, whatever. This goes all the way across, coast to coast, basically, and it'll take me right across to Sioux Falls, which is outside of the other side of South Dakota, and the Badlands, and then we'll drop down the 29, head through to Iowa, and then nip across to Indiana and across that way. Which is, the weather's looking good. 4th of July, Lookout Pass, all them passes are all nice now. No shit up and everything. But, my friends, I might have fucked up, to be fair. I was just looking at the weather this morning, and over in South Dakota, Rapid City stages and stuff like that for Wednesday and today, it's forecast, it's now Tuesday, it's forecast horrendous snowstorm, freezing blizzard conditions, all the shit that have you. But we do know the media like to blow shit all out of proportion, don't they? Sometimes they tell untruths. They do, you know. They aren't going to say, oh, it's going to be nice, it's going to be lovely, come on down in winter or autumn, whatever it is. No, it doesn't happen, does that? So hopefully they're wrong. But that's predicted that's going to be like that until 6 o'clock Wednesday. I'll be going through there about lunchtime tomorrow. So I'm still not really doing too well on the mileage, actually. I need to call the broker and see what the hell's going on, because it's, as it happens, it's still booked in for 11 o'clock on Friday. Nobody's got in touch with me yet. I think they're going to think I'm going to do some miracle work and manage to beat myself over there. And what was that thing that Star Trek had? Teleport myself over there. Now that's what we need. This is a thing that, right, so Star Trek was well in advance, wasn't it? We've got the mobile phones. They had the mobile phones before we had mobile phones. They had video link with mobile phones and stuff like that. The only thing we're missing now is the teleporter. So if we could sort that out, jobs are good. innit? Backwards and forwards, home every night, home every weekend. That'd be sorted, wouldn't it? And after no snowy weather, no slinging chains, none of that shit. Anyway, that ain't going to happen. Not in my lifetime, I don't think. Anyway, but so we've got this to contend with now. I'm still 2,300 miles away, and it's lovely and quiet through here. Though. Lovely, and I'm coming through Montana. It is a marvellous state. Marvellous it is, really is. It's beautiful. I'll come up to the Rockies in a little bit, up over the Rockies, and drop down. That's the only peak bit, and then I go up through what is it, Custer's Last Stand, up onto the reservation. Hopefully I'll make the reservation tonight. I might make it to the Cowboys place restaurant. We'll see how we get on, which I should do actually, looking at the traffic. It's a nice light load, is this. I didn't scale it off, I was a bit naughty, but I thought shit, it feels right, it counted up right within, you know, of it being super light. So I'm only about 70,000, something like that. Was that 35? Was that 35? 35 ton, just less, something like that, I think. So hopefully the fuel mileage will be up, but I've had to dip my toe in a bit and get the foot down, which is eating my money. So we don't really want to hurry up, but don't go fast to get over there. Now there's a thing, yeah. So I'm going to give them a call. Hopefully I can get this booked in instead for Friday late afternoon or something like that, because it ain't going to get there. Oh, and it turns out I was whinging about being stuck till Tuesday. I was trying to explain to the old man, to John Anker the other day, about I didn't want to be stuck over on the east side in Virginia until Tuesday. Get me out of there, get me out of there. And he's like, he doesn't understand me at the best of times. He's like, what is he on about? I could hear the puzzled voices I was talking to him. He was like, why do you want to stay there till Tuesday? And he kept saying, why do I want to stay there till Tuesday? And I'm like, it's Easter on Monday. And it wasn't comprehended anyway to either of us, obviously, because it turns out Easter Monday isn't a holiday over here. It's working, so they will be working Monday. I'm like, oh my god, no wonder he didn't. I obviously thought I'd gone crazy or gone super religious, and I decided I wasn't going to work on Monday. But anyway, hopefully we'll work that out. I don't mind sat there. This is really pretty, this causeway coming up. I don't mind sat there maybe to, what is it, get there late Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then I've got my time off. I can have a full shoot straight the way back. But I've got plenty of hours to go anywhere. Like I could get back to Texas, I could get back down to Florida. If there's something coming out next week, which we won't find out till Monday, that would be mighty fine, wouldn't it? All shall be revealed later on. People buy them flowers. Start buying the bloody flowers. Spend your money. Interesting why the outside lane's shut down. Oh, what are we doing here? We are putting concrete bollards in. Yeah, look at this. Is this super cool, is that, isn't it? Yep, still love me mountains. Mountains or beach? That's the question. I'm not sure actually. Beach with mountains maybe. This flattens out after we get through this last causeway, and then we're on the flat for a bit until I hit the Rockies. Something else those, aren't they though? Get it on the big screen, have a look at that. It's not the brightest of days today. It's not super sunny, but it's not raining, and it's not snowing, and it's not free. Well, it is actually freezing. It's 32 Fahrenheit, so, which is a good temperature, because the fridge needs to be running at 33 to 34. It's on stop start, and it's not running. It's not been burning me fuel. So happy days. Tight Yorkshireman, I don't want to be spending no fuel in there. This freezes up that river at the side in parts in the winter, so that tells us we're out the other side. Definitely on it now. I'll check back in tomorrow. Look, there's there. Can you see him? There's what's he called? The hairy man that runs about. He's friends with Loch Ness. Not friends with Loch Ness, friends with Nessie, Loch Ness Monster. Oh God, what's he called? Sasquatch. Here we are, just coming into the Rockies. So yesterday we got the 3 pickups on. A little bit. They slid another one onto me last minute, which I'm still waiting to find out how much I'm getting paid for that. Seems a bit bizarre with this. The broker, oh, we're going to put another load on. How much are you going to pay me? Oh, we'll sort that out. The other team do that. Yeah, but how much are you going to pay me? Yeah, they'll sort that out. You'll be right. How much am I getting paid? They'll tell you. I've just called them up now. How much did I get paid for that other pickup? Oh, they're just working that out. What's to work out? Tell me how much I want. I'll tell you, give you a figure. You give me a figure, and we meet in the middle. Anyway, so... winter is the 4th of April, and winter is still raising its ugly head. Go away! Any slight elevation, and we seem to be gaining a bit. But like I say, we're lucky I've got over the 4th of July and Lookout Pass. They were the main ones, really. And this is just coming into the Rockies now, and then over to Yellowstone. Drop down into Yellowstone. Skate around the side of that, and on we go. And they still haven't come back with another delivery time either yet, so we're still waiting on that. I'm anticipating they're actually not going to do anything. Now, if it had been Capital Logistics, my mate Mark would have been on the case. So don't judge all brokers by the same, but I am actually, because I keep calling them, you know, when I put this load on, I said, your delivery time is never going to happen. 3,000 miles, 3 pickups, and you won't be there. The last pickup time was 4:30 on Friday, and then you put an extra one on Monday, and then you put an extra one on. So, you know, they've had heads up from the beginning. It's not as though I'm hiding anything to jump out and say, whoa, 10 minutes before I'm about to get there, I'm going to get there. But they don't seem to be coming back, so I've got an inkling that nobody's actually telling anybody, and the team that are going to be rescheduling aren't rescheduling. It does happen, you know, they tell untruths to these people. They do tell a lot of untruths in transport. So anyway, that brings us on to climbing up here. So I said to John yesterday, I was talking to him, John Anker, and my concern was I didn't want to be stuck over in Virginia all weekend, because I kept preaching on, I kept saying, John, I don't want to be there all weekend. The last thing I want is to be stuck until Tuesday. And he doesn't understand me at the best of time. My accent, he's a Dutch guy, he's got an accent as well, and he's what's beeping there? He said, why? He kept going, why don't you Tuesday? Why Tuesday? And I'm like, Monday is Easter bank, is a holiday, so I'm just presuming everywhere in the world, like Europe and England, is a holiday on well, we're going here with Mr. Wobble Bobble, who's coming over a little. Kids. Oh, we're on the telephone. Anyway, yeah, he wasn't understanding what I was saying, and I'm kept going on, you know, I don't want to be stuck over there until then, and I want Tuesday, and he kept Tuesday, why Tuesday, Vernon? It wasn't until I put the phone down and spoke to the wife and said, John needs an understanding about Tuesdays. She says, well, what do you mean Tuesday? Why do you want to stay over there till Tuesday? I said, because Monday's going to be a holiday. No, it's not. There's no holiday on Monday over here. Everybody will be working. Like, oh, penny drops now. So I better call him up and explain the situation, and explain to him why I was preaching on about Tuesday. I think he thought I wanted to stay over there. Anyway, that should be cleared up. Looks like a blue sky when we drop down to the side. Should be grand. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But there is another storm. I've come this way. Let's explain. I'm in Montana. I did say I was going to go Wyoming and go over that way, but change of plan last minute. One of my friends on Facebook sent me a link to the Wyoming weather, and it is like a shit show. Like I explained to you, Wyoming can be terrible any time of year. It can be winter in the middle of summer. You can, I think it snows somewhere in Wyoming every day of the year. Something ridiculous. And things like that. So this matey's going to bottle it in a minute. Go on then, get out of my way. What are you slowed down for? Why would you slow down alongside of me? Peni. Yeah, so I had a quick look at the weather, and it's like a shit show right now in Wyoming. It's absolutely terrible. Plus, they're forecast for Wednesday, Thursday, 2 to 4 foot of snow each day. So, you know, I didn't really want to go that way, to be fair. So, last minute, last night, got the loads on and thought, whoop, let's go back north. Little backtrack and come through Montana. But now I find out there is a storm currently, severe winter warning storm for Rapid City. And that is going to carry on till Wednesday at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Bloody marvellous! So it'll be what it'll be. But I'll take... Now we're slowing down again. What are we stopping for now? Do we need to go somewhere? No? Are we going to stop? I really think I'm going to whinge down. I'm going to whinge on. Right, these hire vehicles, little hire. It's annoying. Little hire trucks. They shouldn't be allowed to drive on a car. That's a car license. I'm pretty sure it's that. And they don't seem to have a clue what they're doing. Not a Scooby. That's him out the way. Some of that spray. Take that. Yeah, the sky's blowing up. That's nice. So we'll get over to Rapid City. That's where the shitty weather's forecast. For tomorrow, we should be over there sometime tomorrow lunchtime or something like that. I'll get up onto the reservation tonight. I'll probably get a bit further than my usual, that pub that I stop at, and stuff like that. Steep grade 5 mile, 25 mile an hour. There you go. You're ready there. Yeah, I'll get a little bit further on, probably to Brodders, hopefully, into the Cowboy Bar. Might go for dinner out there tonight. So I say, remember, if you're coming storming down a hill and you're a bit lighter than the other ones, don't get stuck. Don't get trapped in. You're going to have to jump on your brakes too hard then. You don't want to, this is a mountain pass we're coming down, we don't want to be dragging them brakes all the way down. Keep an eye on that mirror. Don't get trapped in. The car ain't going to let you out, and all them buggers, you know what they're like. Boss stewards. In this prey. God, the truck is boggy. The truck won't be getting washed until we get over to Vancouver. I'm not even going to Vancouver. Why would I say Vancouver? Virginia! This is it. We only hit a little bit of this. You've got to basically pass it somewhere. It goes all the way from the top to the bottom. So somewhere along the way, it's like the Cascades Mountains. You've got to go across them if you're going east or west. And the Rockies at some point, you've got to pass them. The three main ones is already as well the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. That's going to be stuck in there. On the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. Boop, boop, coming through. Big truck. Oh, thing in the road. the Continental Divide right here. The Continental Divide, bang here. Water goes one way, water goes the other way, just here. One step one side, one step the other. Did I explain? At the plug hole, I mean, plug oils. The water will go down, I forget which is down to the clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise to the east of the Continental Divide, I think, and anti-clockwise to the west. Don't quote me on that, that was a Vernon possible thing. We'll get Stephanie on the case, she might know better, obviously. Maybe the Vernon fact. It's going to be a 50-50, innit? I so don't want to be slinging chains, which I shouldn't actually have to now. I have slung chains over the Indian reservation a couple of times on there, but it's pretty easy, really. It's only going to be a 2 on the drive and get me up and over if need be. I won't be slinging them on the flat, that's for sure. Famous last words. I'll leave this running until we get out of the bottom here. Somebody mentioned the other day they don't like the short videos. Well, bollocks to you, find another channel. No, joking aside, I did explain in the first video, Stephanie, Jack accidentally spilled a lot of water all over the laptop. I can't do all the editing and shit like that, so you're just going to have to make do with me doing short clips for now, until we can get either the laptop mended or we'll have to pay for another one. I took it apart and had a little fiddly poker in there, but to no joy. Check these wheels on there. Paul, check the wheels on this trailer. Check these beauties. Check these beauties. I saw this earlier. Look at them beautiful wheels. He's gonna... Oh, they're not. They're on the other side. Good morning, you all. So I've been on the road this morning for about... I left it late until the sun came up. I got to Brodders last night. I've been about 50-60 miles. I've seen 2 cars since I left Brodders. That doesn't help me much, but this road doesn't get used a great lot. Obviously it gets used a lot more than that because there's 2 roads. This is the 212, which cuts out the corner of Wyoming and stuff there. Wyoming has been a shit show and shut down all night through bad weather and stuff like that. I think only one side on the 90 is open now, but I aren't getting any trucks coming towards me, nothing. So I think the I-90, when I get over there in about 50 miles or so, I think that's still going to be shut down. We're down at temperatures 16, it's just gone to 16 Fahrenheit, so that's like, what's that, -9, something like that, centigrade. So it's a good temperature to take the moisture out, but as that sun comes up, we could get a little bit of melt going on and stuff like that if it drops a bit. So you know, you can't relax too much, because then you'll get your bits of water and you get your black ice and your shit, and you're going to slip slidey all over the goddamn place, which isn't a good thing, is it? Yeah, there's it's a bit lonely out here today. It really is. There's nobody about, but we've got a sort of clear road, haven't we? Sort of. We had a little bit of snowfall last night, but that storm I was looking this morning that was over South Dakota and been hanging around for a bit has moved further away from the I-90 now, which is the roads through Sturgis, Rapid City, and then right the way across to Wall and Sioux Falls rather, and then head south, which it's had a real hammering. Wyoming is still shut down, so the further down in the middle, if I'd have gone the other way, you know, at least I am still making some sort of progress here, better than I would have done if I'd have gone the other way. Every forward motion is better than no motion, remember. And as you can see, oh, is that a truck? Is it a truck? No, it's a car. Car, truck, car. It's a van or something, yeah. So if the temperature stays super cold, which is meant to be even colder in Sioux Falls, minus 4 or something Fahrenheit. So that's super cold down there with the chill factor. They reckon with the chill factor this morning I was looking, said it's like minus 14 Fahrenheit, whatever that is. Bloody cold! That's what that is. So this morning was a change of a tyre, and we put winter woolies on and thermals on and shit. I don't intend really getting out, but one glory, we're over all the mountain passes, so I've got no mountain passes at all the way across now. I've only got the Blue Mountains when I get over Virginia, but hopefully that should be fine. Come on, somebody come towards me. Hello, out there. I still haven't got another delivery time. They still don't seem to have come back. Like I say, I think they're just trying on it. But I'm 1,785 miles away, so still got a fair bit to do. I'll only get another I'll probably get a 700, just over 700, if the weather's good. When I hit the 90, all depends. Looking at this, I don't think the 90's open. You know, it can't be. There'd be more traffic down here than this. So we went off and we'll come back on again. So we'll give you another report when we get a bit further over and see what the crack is. Well, what do you think? Further on, and good morning. We're getting a little bit of black top down there underneath somewhere. Why would you do this job? Because people want their apples, that's why. The Virginians need their apples. Oh, hey. Could be worse, could be snowing, couldn't it? A bit more. No traffic coming up, mate. Still no traffic. One saving grace, I am running with the guy behind us now, another truck, so if one of us does end up going out, something happening or something like that, we, you know, I've got company, at least, you know what I mean? So, that's cool. Because it is pretty desolate out here, and there are large spots of no internet reception and stuff like that, and I'm damn sure I ain't starting walking out of here in these temperatures. Winter fun. Snow should remain on Christmas cards only. And paintings, maybe. The odd picture. Ski resorts. Not for goddamn trucks to drive on. I know some people will say, oh, put your chains on and things like this. Chains will not work on this at all, you'd be worse off. Like I say, the temperature's right down, so it's pretty grippy under there. It looks a bit scary biscuits, but it's just ice, isn't it? Just sure ice on there, but it's packed down. But with all the moisture come out, you see, so I mentioned that before, you heard it. Yeah, I haven't. I don't say I ever will. I've never slung chains unless I'm going up or coming down a mountain pass. I wouldn't sling them on the flat surface. I've never felt the need that I've been in anything. I've come across here when it's been blizzard conditions. If you go back into some of my first videos, it was done on a phone. I was driving on the left-hand side all the way across from Broaders, which is a good, I think it's nearly 100 mile. I saw one vehicle or two vehicles, one truck, one car, I think it was, coming the other way at me, all the way across. I left Broaders one night, that's why I didn't leave last night. It was a dumb, acting schoolboy error. Westbound, you got a copy? like a blanket. It was shit. It really was. And it was blowing from the south, which is the right hand side, and it was blowing to the to the north. So it was coming straight across here. The only bit of road that was open was the other side of the road. I was in my Freightliner, so low spoiler and that. I couldn't, because of the drifts, I couldn't drive on my side of the road. It was getting too deep. It was bloody horrible. And when it's that thick out here, there's just nowhere to pull off. You dare pull off because you lose your run. You lose everything. You lose the rumble strips. You lose, and it's so difficult to work out where the siding, where the shoulder is. And apart from that, you wouldn't want to stop somewhere like that. You're causing a hazard if you're going to be stopping blizzard conditions like that. So you've just got to keep going. Got to keep it going. We got out the other side, but like I say, I wouldn't be chancing that again. It is a great relief though when you do get packed up and get out the other side and you think, fuck. So that one truck, I did shout him but he didn't answer, as you heard. He didn't have much snow on him actually, so I'm presuming he's just come out of somewhere. No, it's just set off or something. There's the famous pub where the Dalton gang, two of them lost their lives in a shootout with the sheriff. Definitely worth a visit if you're passing this way. Good old girl in there. She's not very chatty. You've seen the videos. I've done videos in there and that. Yeah, it's definitely worth a visit, is that. And you see where the gritter's just come out of up there? If you hang right there, you'll get to Devil's Mountain, Devil's Hill, whatever you want to call it, which is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the mountain off that, which is definitely 100% worth a look. It's very pretty. You can get trucks down there for anybody's, and it'll bring you back on the 90s. It's not far out your way, really. It's not that much. It's, was it that turning back there? I think it's the one I missed. Yeah, it's about, and then you can join the 90 further on, and then go east or west or whichever way you come in. All top of the morning to you all. I just want to do a quick video because I get a lot of this is South Dakota, by the way. I get a lot of messages wanting to people wanting to come over here and drive truck in the USA and become a truck driver in the glory times and things like this. Let me just show you. This road has only just been opened, the 90, and I'm up in the Loves here now. I had to come this way because I was going to go Wyoming when I got loaded in Eastern Washington yesterday, but that was going to be a no-go. Luckily, one of my friends on Facebook gave me a heads up, and the weather was looking shite over there, which the road is totally still shut down and everything now, so that was not going to be a go. So I came up, backtracked 40 mile and come South Dakota and come this way. Luckily the road is open this way, and Wyoming is still totally closed. Right the way through the middle of Wyoming is shut down because bad weather. This has been shut down, like I say, yesterday, closed and everything like that. It's it's now April the 4th. He's trying to dig his truck up back there, bless him. Oh, good. Yeah, April the 5th, sorry. So you've got 6 months of really shitty weather, up and down, stuff like that. There is good days and bad days, don't get me wrong, but it isn't easy. It really isn't. Temperatures are down at the moment. Well, last night they were down at probably minus 20 through 20 with the wind factor and things like that. So it's not that much fun, you know what I mean? Come to America, be a truck driver. Yeah, be a truck driver in America. It'll be fun, they say. Weather's lovely. You'll go to sunny climates and nice places. Nobody once mentioned this. Not one person. Oh, yeah, you know what it's months of winter. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. So I was going to show you some trucks that are iced up, because mine won't be that iced up, because I ain't gone that far this morning. Just timed it right. Extremely lucky, really. Where it gets a bit naughty now, like I mentioned before. Back on the other road was absolutely fine, that wasn't a worry, because it was super cold. It was first thing in the morning, the sun hadn't come up. Like I mentioned earlier, once that sun comes up, and the temperatures start to rise, this is when it gets really naughty. With the temperatures down and stuff like that, everything, the moisture's come out and it's super cold. If you walk on it, you'd be amazed. People have never walked on any snow or ice when it's down at that temperature, and it's really grippy. It's like, wow, you know, this is, how is this? But it is what it is. But now, as you can see, the water was starting to, this is going to start getting slippy now. This is when people make mistakes because they get bored of travelling behind you, and then they jump out in that outside lane, and the drifts are coming across the outside lane. It's like, it's only time. Oh no, it's not, maybe not a good idea to touch that pedal. Maybe not the brightest thing you've done. Oh, nope, there's bottle wine. Can you change your underpants, please? Yeah, people, you know, we were going enough, we were doing 60 plus. It was fast enough, but people get bored, they get frustrated and want to be want to be on, because you get an open part. As you can see, just blows straight across here, and what the wind chill factor and what have you, it's not the best place to be. There's Billy Big Balls. Oh, nothing's stopping him. Oh, yeah. God, it makes me cringe. It really does. Maybe I'm just being a wimp, but I don't think I'd want to be doing 80 mile an hour out there. Yes, sir, right, with the retarder, the jake brake, the ting here on your lever, you've all got them in European trucks and everything. All modern trucks have got jake brakes in tarders. It's gone are the days of the engine brake on the floor, the exhaust, and do basically nothing. Now you have the jake brake. When you use this jake brake on snow, ice, or anything like that, do not grab handfuls of it. Imagine it's like you're caressing a woman's hoo-ha, or for the women, you've got hold of the watches, and you grab it. You don't want to get hold of that todger and give it a good old rag. You're going to spoil the moment. You're going to ruin the moment totally. You need to be super gentle with it. Same with the man playing with the hoo-ha, you know, super gentle. No raggy rag. Gonna ruin the moment. There's gonna be one climax, and it ain't gonna be the climax you want. Theirs back end can lock up very easy. European trucks even more so, because you've only got that one axle. One axle is putting that jake brake on. The odd few up in Denmark and places like that have got double drive and things like that, but not many. So you yuck that on, especially if you've got a tag axle, lift axle in Europe. Before you know it, you're going to be sideways. You know, you have got an ABS that'll act with the brake at the same time, but that ABS takes that split second, can put you sideways before you know it. So you know, you've got to be very careful. Just put it on a couple, you know, just one or two, and just feel it basically, and slow yourself down. And then we'll all get to the other end without unwanted climax and facing the wrong way or some shit like that, looking at your trailer. Oh, the joy. Come on, it's the 5th of April weather, for God's sake. But this is the time of year they do get snow here, so, you know, rough to live around here. Jesus. Not my idea of places to live, that's for sure. Beautiful country in summer. Oh man, these the Black Hills and all around Rapid City stages. South Dakota spearfish or whatever it's called. Get out there and what have you. Amazing. But in this time of year, not for me. That's why I'm here, isn't it? Great. Oh, by the way, Wyoming is still closed as well, the road in through Wyoming. At least this one's open. This is something that happens a lot. Billy Big Balls there has come over the top of the hill. And I've done it myself. Anybody who spent actual any time out here or running on anywhere where there's a lot of snow, ice and shit like that, bad weather conditions, you'll have done it. You get a bit bored of following the guy who's going a little bit slow, you think, in front of you, and you want to get on. So it all looks nice and dry, like the bit I'm on right now. All happy days, yeah? Then you come to start climbing a hill. You're a little bit faster than the guy you want to overtake, so you pull out and overtake him. As you get into the brow of the hill, the apex, all of a sudden you're on a whiteout. You're on, your lane is like that out there, and it's like, oh my fucking giddy aunt. Your arsehole starts twitching and everything. Right, the thing that majority of people do is, Billy Big Balls, you can't back off, you're alongside the guy's looking at you, you're looking at him, you're both looking at each other like, what the fuck? The guy on the inside, he's got the upper hand, because he's on the dry, but he hasn't. Don't do this, don't keep them out there, because you can be part of this fucking dancing routine if it all goes pear-shaped. You don't want to do that. People do that all the time. It's a testosterone, it's a bold fucking thing. Mainly a man thing will do it. Women do it as well. But it's like, this is my lane. I'm not backing off. I just back off and let him go through. Because if you don't, and you both sat out there, he's sat on the shit, if it goes all pear-shaped and that, you're going to be involved with it as well. So you're both going to end up going off the road. I've done it myself. I've come over the brow of the hill and thought, fuck, what I've done. Your asshole's going like this. And you're like, just ease back, shrink your balls and what have you, and pull back in behind them. Don't bother. Don't even go with it, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. You're endangering other people's lives as well as your own, kind of thing. So, burning advice, take it leave it, bollocks to you! I just want to add, this will be like this for, it's 340 miles from Rapid Sea, right the way across to Sioux Falls, where you head south. I think it's just short of 340, maybe. So this drifting will be like this all the way. Oh, the fun. But at least it's moving forward, isn't it? So there's no relaxing, a bit of tunes going and sit back, kick back. Not like the summertime. Look at the size of that dinosaur. There's Wall. Worth a visit. Watch the videos. I've done a couple of videos in there. You have a good night out as well. There's a pub right in the middle of town. There's some good food. The two actually. One's just to the east side of town, a restaurant. It's very good. Do amazing salads and food in there. And then there's fucking hell, we've overcooked this bastard. Oh shoot! Concentrate. I don't know if he's wobbling about or sliding or what he's doing up there, but it doesn't look good, whatever it is. And now we're jumping on the brakes, okay. Where's the four-wheeler? I can't see no four-wheeler. I'm not bothered about them. Let's just keep on this side. Hopefully I'll get out of this bit and it might be alright. Look at that blowing about. Whoa, eh? Yeah, this will be like this for 300 and whatever miles across there. But like I say, we're going forward. And the sun is out now and then when it gets through. So it's not all bad, is it? Which I am starting to think maybe running on a night when it's a lot colder and there's less cars about as well and stuff like that. It is what it is, isn't it? You just can't, like I say, you can't lay up there, rest up. You've got to keep your wits about you and ready for, like you just saw then. bit of lapse of concentration really. I did overcook the top of that hill and coming down. It was obviously you start coming down when you got weight behind you and stuff like that. It gets a bit scary biscuits. What's he got going on there? It's the hazard light, man. He's got his hazard four-ways on. Don't understand the four-way thing. Do not get it. What's all that about? Doesn't give you better traction. It does not give you better traction. Seriously. I pressed mine and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So why they put the four-ways on, I don't know. You're a huge, great big white thing. I can see where you are. Visibility's not that bad. I can understand if it was thick fog or something like that. Over here in America, fog lights are very scarce. On European vehicles, you'll have them. Like in Europe, we all have fog lights on the back of vehicles. Over here, they are a thing, really. So, if they do have them on European vehicles, people generally don't know what they are and think they're just a nice extra brighter light to put on, which is fucking annoying. Fun, isn't it? Follow Mr. Hazard with no direction. The only hazard right here. You know what that is? Don't let the lovely sunshine deceive you. We're Yorkshiremen reporting. Here we are, halfway across South Dakota. When I get halfway across, I like to stop and try and get rid of some of the ice we've accumulated along the way. Mainly, and it's about on the truck, isn't the thing. You know, a few of you want to come out here, big truck drivers. This is the 5th of April. I've got to sort out my reefer. My reefer won't start. I had to bother about the temperature because it is actually what it's at. So I've got to jump back up there, bleed all that up because it won't start. I don't think because of the temperature it's gelled up. I'm hoping not. It has been down at minus 18 last night, but today it's only like minus 9 or something like that, 10. So it's not, it's very therapeutical. It's not that bad really, considering you've got to, jeez, fighting a loser, I'm gonna have to drag all this shit out, aren't I? This is my main concern. I ain't bothered about that lot, look. You see, the worst part is it, somebody told me about this, one of my good friends, Scottish Mark, when I lived in Spain, who used to do the Denmark and Norway and all up there, and he used to say the beginning and the end of the season is the worst time of year, and he's so right, it really is, because things are thawing out now and things like that. It's getting really super slippy coming across. This is my main concern. All your cables and stuff like that, you've got to get that off. There's a lot of weight in there. You leave that shit hanging, that's going to start hanging down, pulling wires out and shit like that. It's not going to end well, and then you're going to be stuck at the side of the road starting to try and defrost it all and stuff like this. I have noticed quickly earlier when I jumped out, one of my springs has come off down there that holds the holds all the airlines up. See, if that goes and starts dragging on the floor because of all the ice and shit like that, you're gonna have a proper problem. It's gonna lock the back end up on your trailer. If you're on the snow or the ice or something like that, those airlines drag and wear out. It's gonna end nasty. It's gonna end in a mess for sure, because you aren't gonna be able to slow the truck down on the ice or snow in time before these back wheels all lock up. So somebody, mainly me, has to crawl under there and put that back up again. The fucking joys, eh? The joys. So if you want to come out and be a truck driver in the United States of America, remember, 6 months of winter. 6 months of bloody winter, eh? Maybe Mexico or somewhere like that might be a better option, you know. Think of your options. Seriously, guys. Good luck. Here we are in the engine. I'm not trying to stroke it off. I'm trying. Right, this red button thing was there. This is a little bit twisty bit to crack off rather than crack it. Call it crack, it's just undo basically. The crack the injector, I don't know what that is. Anyway, that snapped off, so we've undone that one. This is your pump to do it manually. Pump, pump, pump. You've really got to do this a lot. It should be, I should have waited for fuel to come out. Anyway, there's a little bit of the battery left, so I'm just going to try it first like this. The temperature is at 32.5, it's meant to be at 33, so you know, I ain't overly worried. It'll start up automatically in a minute, hopefully. It's gonna do it without, yeah, time yourself. You've got to do it for at least 3 minutes or something like that. You've got to do it for a lot. It seems like forever here, but I don't seem to be getting any fuel coming through or anything, so I'm starting to think we've got a fuel blockage somewhere, obviously. Without whipping the fuel filter off and covering myself in diesel, I don't know. See, when it starts automatically, it will only turn over for so long. I haven't bothered putting the jump leads out yet. Definitely, if you want to be a driver, try shit yourself before. See, you've got two options here. You can either go into the Loves, wait forever to get booked in, or something like that, or try and do it yourself. Try and do it yourself. I know there's a lot of companies that won't let you touch the truck and it's their policy or anything like that. Well, bollocks to them. I don't think it could work for somebody like that. It's just time wasting and stuff like that. Of something that could easily be rectified by said driver. Here we go in a minute. Hands free! Don't put your little pinkies in there. I've got a big scar up my arm where I put a fan belt on the top once and it came back off again on me. But hey, oh, that's another story. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, I'm not holding much hope. Anytime when you're ready. Fucking my arm's aching. Here we go. Fingers out. Come on! Come on, babe! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, flip! Nearly. I've been trucking you! Good God, yeah! And I tell you, the satisfaction. The satisfaction, guys, through getting it going yourself. Fucking brilliant. It's an easy thing, you know, especially now you've got YouTube and shit like that. Get out there on YouTube, Google your shit, and you can sort it out yourself. That has taken me not even 30 minutes or something like that. I know for a fact it would have been half a day if I'd have been waiting at the Loves to get it done or something like that. Bridges are running, she's meant to be on that. That's the temperature she's meant to be at. Leave it all continuous so she charges it up and sorts itself out. It's just obviously fuel blocking. I don't think it would have gelled up. I'm really not at that temperature. This is a new trailer to me, so you know, it might have had problems before or something. It has been in a wreck and stuff like that, but hey ho, it's all good now. Why I'm on a little bit of Vernon advice, they're going to leave it bollocks to you. If you want to check whether your fuel gauge is working, you change trailer or something like that, and you haven't got a stick or anything like that, and there's nothing I've got that long enough that's going to go down there anyway. Pull the truck forward, jab on the brakes, and if it starts wobbling about like that, your gauge is working. Because, you know, they do as they get older, things break and they get fucked up in there and stop working. So that's a little bit of Vernon advice. Just jump in the truck, jam on the brakes. If the needle's wobbling about, you're good to go. Because, yeah, I thought I'd better check that just in case it's run out of fuel and the fuel gauge didn't work. And obviously somebody forgot to tell me. It does happen, you know. Whinging, that's bad hair, isn't it? Whinging time, here we go. Right, I have light on the dashboard. Light, warning light. I didn't really stop straight away because it's only an amber one, so it wasn't shouting at me, stop! So you go into your active warnings on your menu, and look, no active warnings. But sure enough, there is one there. But apparently there isn't one there. Or not that I need to know about it. Anyway, when you do get any warnings like this or something, it'll say... Oh, coffee's boiling hot. You've got to... it'll send an email, which I don't get the email. It goes to Casey into the office, so they have to tell me what it is, or I have to ring Packlease to see what it is. Which is a bit of a fannying about, really. It's pretty ridiculous. You know, if there's a warning, why is it top secret that the driver can't know? Everybody else can know, but not the driver. Fucking stupid. It really is. This is the problem I've got against the Packard engine. It really is. You can't do anything with it. Nobody knows anything about the... nobody can get the software. You've only got to take it to Packlease. You can't Packard. You can't do it yourself. You can't just plug in. Unlike the, what is it? The on the Freightliner, on the Detroit engine. Just about everybody's got this software for the Detroit engine. You can plug it in anywhere. Anybody can do a diagnostics, everything like this. So anyway, I rang Donna up in the office. I said, what have I got going on the dash? I've got a light on. So well, look, she says, have you been idling your truck? No, I never idle my truck. It says you need a regen. Okay, let's have a look. You can't... I can do a regen on this. I've just remembered now over there. But why doesn't it tell me that? It tells me the DEF filters and everything are fine like that. And it should do a regen as you're driving along. Why do I want to stand still and do a standstill regen? It's better that you do it when you're driving along. What's that doing? There's a push down or pull up on disable manual. Alright. It just doesn't. Right, I've lifted the regen up. Regen button. Wouldn't that be nice to just have it on the dashboard to tell me where it is? You can't tell. This is. At first I thought, yeah, this is a great dashboard. It's got lots of information. It's got lots of information about nothing, basically. A lot of information. Here's another one that really fucking winds me up. Oh, look, we can tell what it is. That's nice of you. Great. Chassis ABS, vehicle speed limiter. Can we tell me? Can we tell me what the SUT level is? No! You know, important things like you need to know. Nope. You have to go into Peterbilt for that, and they'll plug in. They'll charge you $120 for the privilege of sticking that on a diagnostics. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I need to know when I go into Peterbilt next time, because I won't be taking it in for that. Well, bollocks. I need to know things like that. Is that covered under warranty? Well, it won't be. This is why Peterbilt are really going to shoot themselves in the foot, I think. Well, they aren't really bothered, because it's a throwaway state now, isn't it? It's just a fucking, once it's done, 500,000 miles, 600,000 miles or something, scrappy, gone, kind of thing. So your used truck of the day is obsolete. It really pisses me off, that. So the second-hand value is just going to drop the balls out of it. Nobody was going to be wanting to look at a truck with 800,000 miles on it anymore. Nobody's going to be rebuilding. Nobody does rebuilds or shit like that on a truck, especially something like this engine, because you've got too many electronics going on and stuff like that. They really are quite a camp mincer engine, aren't they? It's like, oh, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong. It's got too many sensors. Take me into the doctors. Take me back to Peterbilt. They need to look at me. I can't just do it myself. And I think so. Anyway, we press this button here. It doesn't seem to do anything. We're not revving up. We're not doing no regen. Nope. Nope. No regen. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That button's probably disabled. Oh, no, you can't press that. A Peterbilt guy's got to press that. He's qualified, you know. That's for him, not for you. You're just the driver. Yeah, you can't go into the menu when you're driving along either. We don't want you messing about doing things like that. You've got to stop still with the parking brake on. Handbrake. But we will let you take the seatbelt off without beeping at you to tell you it's taken the seatbelt off, even though you know you've taken the seatbelt off because it's your hand that's taking it off. That's an annoying thing, isn't it? Take your seatbelt off and it goes beep, beep. You've taken your seatbelt off, taken your seatbelt off. No shit, Sherlock. Push a little harder, Watson. Not far now and a little bit wet. Just coming over the Blue Ridge Mountains. Got to get over these ones to get the other side, east to West Virginia. And no, West Virginia, sorry, into Virginia, which is my next stop. Very pretty mountains, lovely time of year. But you've got to pray for the privilege. I can go round, but it's about, I don't know, it swings and roundabouts really to go round. If I go round, it means I'm going to hit Nashville and all that malarkey. If I come this way, for what it costs, it's about 45 or 50 bucks, something like that. No, $10, 20, 30, $42 to go this way. 3 peages, 3 toll booths. So it swings and roundabouts really. Like I say, it's but you miss a lot of the traffic. If you wanted to go to Nashville, obviously go the other way, but it's quite pretty this way, and misses everything out, which is very good. I've learned some more about this engine over the night, which I'll do a small short video later when I get to the place. And it turns out I don't think anybody's rescheduled my booking. I'm going to be 3.5 hours late, which ain't bad really, seeing I didn't leave till Washington until Tuesday morning. I don't think I've done bad, but they were told on Tuesday that I will not make the 11 o'clock. Somebody just called me now and said, hi, have you got unloaded? I'm like, 11 o'clock they called me on the button. I'm like, really? You better get Alex to ring me. So I ain't going to mention who the company is, the broker is, but you know, they're not Capital Logistics, that's for sure. Capital Logistics, Mark and his team, Jules would have been on the case. They would have sorted that bad boy out without a doubt. But they can't all be that efficient, can they? Obviously. So we just wind our way up through here. You know, this is the first mountains I've hit since getting away from Montana, basically. South Dakota, a couple of little bits in South Dakota, and that's it. Not in South Dakota, actually. In Montana. Montana's so it's a good old heave-up before you. And these aren't really that bad. You aren't going to get severe snowed up in here. You'll get ice and shit bad, and they will shut this down with ice and stuff, but you won't get huge amounts of snow really. But they do have it, you know, like I say, with really, really freezing conditions, and obviously the rain and stuff like that makes it treacherous. Where I found over the east side, they will any sign of that or thought of that, they will just boop, no, we're done, and they'll shut it down for 2 days. End of. Very strict on no empty trucks running when it's bad weather. No bobtail, because obviously you can't get the traction, which is good really. Not if you're an empty truck and want to get home. Hey all, here we are. I am in Tennessee. I'm not far over the state line. Tennessee is really pretty. So anyway, catch up. What's happened? Because I haven't done a lot on the videos. I didn't want to do just mainly coming across the into Virginia and stuff like that, because you've seen it all on loads of the other videos. So I thought I'd stick that on, and rather than bore you through just a load of motorway driving, because it's just different scenery, isn't it? Very, very pretty here. Anyway, catch up. What's been happening? So after the bad weather, everything smoothed out pretty well and stuff, and it was just plain sailing all the way across. It has been a hard push to get over there, because I left home, what time did I load? I didn't leave home until 7 o'clock on Monday morning, because it was a late pickup. 3 pickups over the other side of Washington, plus the weather was bad on Stevens Pass, so I waited for that to dry up to get over the other side to get loaded. Anyway, I got loaded today. It was 3,000 miles from leaving home, and I basically did that in 4.5 days with 3 pickups as well. I didn't leave the state line in Washington until when was it? Tuesday morning. So you know, with the weather and stuff like that, it's been 700 plus mile days for 3 days it was, and stuff like that. I was 3.5 hours late for my delivery, which I told them from the beginning I wouldn't make the 11 o'clock. Like I always say, tell them first off, your brokers, your people you're working for, your receivers, stuff like that, if you don't think you're going to make a delivery. Don't leave it until last minute and then spring it on them. Whether they take heed or not, send text messages as well. That's your best way. Cover your ass. Take it or leave it, bollocks, you know the advice. Send a text message. So you've got the text message. You can see the date on that. And then if they come back and say, because they will, you know, some of them will. They don't all work like Capital Logistics, so we know are the best. A lot of the other ones can be a little bit naughty, and they'll sail down the river at any slight opportunity. They're going to cover the backs. Believe you me, I've been fucking, you know, they'll make you walk like a penguin. They'll bend you over and fuck you both ways and everything like that just to save their own back. Assholes. But so cover yourself, send a text, ring them up, call them up, tell them straight off when you don't think you're going to get it. So anyway, I got there 3.5 hours late. Kroger's pretty good and stuff like that. They worked me in. I was the last one to unload. It was Friday. They left it until about 5 o'clock, so I was the last one leaving off there, which I wasn't bothered. I wasn't going anywhere. You can't expect if you're late for a delivery, because actually they didn't reschedule me, to tell you the truth. I got there and they said, oh, you're on for 11 o'clock. I said, yeah. Nobody rescheduled. No. I knew that had happened. I fucking knew it from the beginning. So, you know, it wasn't as a biggie, but I knew Kroger are pretty cool there, the guys and stuff like that. And they want you in. So you can't expect to jump the line. They leave you to the last minute. That's all right. I wasn't going anywhere. I went after that up to the supermarket. It was shitty and horrible day. Then back to where at Kroger, because it's a nice dead end street down there, nice and quiet. You can get parked down there. I parked there. I haven't had a 34-hour off for, as long as I can remember, because I've been rolling them with doing agricultural or stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I actually had 34 off in the truck rather than getting a hotel. And the wife says, no to the hotels. It's $100 a day, that truck on lease. You've got a hotel right there. Gone are the company driver privileges, haven't they? But hey, anyway, have a look at that while I'm waffling. It is pretty intense. It's all coming out in bloom as well. Tennessee, Virginia's, all that stuff. It is really nice. You get back on track. So I had the time off and stayed in the truck. I waited till about lunchtime the next day. Then I did a little bit around the truck and stuff like that, a few little jobs and things, and then I moved up to the truck stop, which I can do that on personal conveyance, you know, because you're allowed to move to the truck stop, because I'm in the middle of nowhere, need a shower and food. So I went up to a nice little BP, which is out there on the 81 there. You're allowed to go to your closest truck stop, basically, on your personal conveyance. So that was basically the closest-ish to where I was. And then June, it worked out that June, a friend of mine from Canada, who's owner-operator up there, she's been out here for umpteen years, she was coming down the way. So we met up yesterday and had a coffee and a good catch-up. It was really nice to see her, and got all the gossip and everything, what's going down and stuff like that, and what's happening on the other side in air haulage works. And you know, it's nice to find out it's all in the same boat, really. We are rates of shit, and but we're owner-operators. Nobody tells us what to do. But anyway, moving on swiftly. So this morning my 34 hours was up, so I could move off again. And it was nice to have the time off, I tell you, because I just chilled back, slept, watched films, and like I say, met up June and didn't do basically anything, because it is hard work. Doing 700 plus days for like 3-4 days, you know, it's not easy. It isn't, honestly. But it might be for some people. They might say, I have, you know, right, you're only sat there. That's what the wife says, you're only sat there. Yeah, okay. Since she falls asleep nearly going to Seattle, but there you go. Bless her. But it does get to you now, so I wanted the time off anyway. So now I'm ready to go again. John rang me up. John Hankin said, I can get you down to Florida. Oh, hell yeah! But he's not paying a great rate. Okay. but we can get you something straight out of there, straight back to Canada, which you know is going to be all right. It's going to make the money up. So I've taken a little bit of a hit on this one going down, but not too much really. It's only 600 miles down to, and it's got to Coca Beach. Oh, Coca Beach. So as soon as John rang me and told me where I was picking up, where I was going, he said it's got to Coca Beach. I'm like, okay, no, I'm straight on the phone. I'm on the phone like a crazy man. I'm ringing them up where I'm picking up. Oh, any chance of load? Because in my head, I thought I've still got enough time on my e-log to set off early on Saturday morning. It was 200 miles to my pickup. Get the load on, poof, hightail it down to Coca Beach. It doesn't unload till Friday to 8 p.m. I could be in Coca Beach on Saturday afternoon. You know, Saturday, Sunday. No, that'd be Sunday and Monday, sat in Coca Beach. House up on top of a hill. That's pretty, isn't it? He's the dog's dangled, isn't he, up there? Check me out. In his shed. So, that's distracting, isn't it? Stick with me on this, you know what I'm like. Maybe that was the second coffee. Shouldn't have had that before I did this. So, I called them up and said, can I come and load it early on Saturday morning? It's down for Sunday. Sunday's been between 7 and 4 below. They said, no, we stick to the days. We will first come, first serve. So if you get here early Sunday, we will load you then. Damn! So that put a spoiler to that. I'm going to be in Coca Beach. So, like I say, I just had my time off, met up with June and chilled back. And it's nice now because I've only got 800 miles to do in 2 days. Lovely, after you've just come across hightailing it like a lunatic, you know what I mean? It covers the bills, it pays me a wage and everything like that, and it was a quick 34 off, so we're doing good. I'm happy with this, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I could have been stuck till Monday morning over in Virginia, still waiting for a load or something like that, earning no money. You think, you know, that there's a lease truck payment. The more you stand, it's I always say, like I say, it's a roll of a dice, is trucking. It really is. Do you stay there and wait for a better load going straight home, or do you take the load? This is paying $1,350 to do 800 miles. Do you take the load at 850, or do you stay in Virginia with the hope on Monday morning some other load is going to miraculously appear that somebody's welched on and hasn't got, and is going to get you home paying real well? But remember, that load that you're going to wait for on Monday morning, that's going to pay at least $300 more, because you've got 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, of lease truck payments, which is going to be $300. It's $300. It's $100 a day to stand this truck with it not moving. So you got to calculate all those things into it and what have you. You know, like I say, it is a roll of the dice. We could turn out Monday and there could be an excellent, cracking paying job. But I've covered my back. We're still running, we're still paying, and I'm still earning this way. And we're still moving. We're moving. So that's the main, isn't it? And I'm going to bloody Florida. I haven't been for ages, so I grabbed the flip-flops out the back, dusted them off and everything. I thought, hell yeah, we'll have a bit of this. I'll get this on. Nice steady run. I want to try and get to a Cracker Barrel if I can, and I'd like to have some trout in the Cracker Barrel. It is Easter, happy Easter y'all. So fish is on the agenda. Try the Cracker Barrel fish if you're ever over here, something like this. So I'll get out of Tennessee. I've got enough fuel to get me to the top of at bottom of Atlanta. Bottom of Georgia. Yeah, going this way as well is another thing. I miss Atlanta out, which is godsend. You know, anybody who follows me, I hate Atlanta. It's just a shit show. So that's a lot better. It really is. If ever you're coming up through Jacksonville, through the east side of Florida, and you're going up, say, all the way up to New Jersey or somewhere like that, and you aren't bothered about, you just want to get straight up there. You don't want to run the 75. That 75 is a shit show. There's nowhere to park. It's horrible. It's crap. You need to come across on the 26, jump on the 81 and go up there. A lot less traffic, a lot better. It does look as though it's going to be out your way, but it really isn't. It'll save you so much time. This is so pretty around here. This is one of the, you got a lot more brick over here and a lot more English looking, obviously, because this is, and then your trailers on the right. One extreme to the other. But you'll, yeah, because the majority of English settlers were the first parts to come here. It changed a little as it went further across, but these ding 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 country. So don't go walking in the woods, eh? Little tip, bit of burning advice, take it or leave it. Hoping you're going to be able to hear this. Very. Nobody's doing a lot here. This has got a horrible growl going on, and the oil's at the level. I'll show you. It's just above the low, so it's not. There's no oil light on, no sensors, no nothing on. But this really, to me, doesn't sound good. Growl. It does. I'll come back round there. Does this? It just sounds like oil starvation at the top of the engine. It's got a grrr. It's only on set off. There. It really doesn't sound nice. And I don't think it's getting enough oil up to the top of the engine. Doesn't always do it. Go get a gallon of oil and we'll shove that in, and or half a gallon. I'll show you the weight there. So let's have a look. Let's check the oil. You did hear the growly noise, didn't you? It's not just me making the growly noise up. The top of a. This is a dipstick, everybody. I know with your cab overs you don't seem to see them a lot, and a lot of trucks now are even fitted with them. But there's no way of testing the oil on the dashboard here, which is silly. Look at that. Can you see that? Where am I? Yeah. Oil. Oil. Yeah. Oil. We've got oil in. Put a little bit more in. Let's see where we get. So we'll get that. And yeah, a lot of the new trucks now, they don't even have a dipstick, or cars in fact, which is a bit bizarre, isn't it, really? You know, you do want to MAN did the worst one. They used to have a dipstick under the hood, as well as where I am. Let's go up there. Hood under the bonnet as well. Oh flip, that's lubricated the truck, hasn't it? Oops. So we have put about half in there. It's watery shit, is that? Yeah, put about half in there. Yeah, MAN used to have on their cab overs, obviously they're all cab overs, used to have, and you could check on the dashboard, and you could also in the grill, in the radiator at the front, you could check the dipstick there. There was still a dipstick, and then as they moved on, it wasn't that long ago, 10 years or so, then they did away with that. There was no need for that, just because it was all on the computer. When the computer fucks up and says you've got no oil in it, you know, you don't know, because it goes pop unless a red light comes on. But we know them warning lights don't always work, don't we? Hood, bonnet down. Let's see what happens now. No, we still have growl, so forget all that. But it doesn't do it all the time. Weird. that might have sorted that out. Hey, which way can I go here? Can I go up there? Does that join the freeway there? I don't think we see the sign. Doesn't say it. It has quietened it a bit. Yeah. So my concern, my worry is, it'll let you run. When I first, oh, where's my lane gone? How do I get on? When I first got the truck, no. Where's, oh, you bollock! I've got to go up a junction to come back. Shit, bam. You bollock shitbag. Oh, I don't want to do that. I hate going back to come forward. Cancel. Oh no. Oh. Expensive turn on, isn't it? Out of the hills by the time I got this load on, but obviously not. So we're loaded up and on, and this is getting a lot greener. Funny how you don't have to go too far, and the seasons seem to change in different. You know, it's not as though I've only gone a little bit south. One minute you've hardly got any leaves on the trees, and within 60, 70 miles, the way, still the other side of mountains. It's like in Washington, you go one side of the mountain, it's a desert, the other side it's our side, and it's all rainy. I think we live on the wrong side of the mountain, maybe. The rainy side, but this is beautiful around here. Really, really pretty. Hardly surprising in America people go missing, the size of the place and the forests, how vast they are. Absolutely humongous, you know. You can just go off grid and live off grid quite easily without being found. So many mountains, you know, that there's no roads to it or anything like that. It was hard coming out of Europe realising that I knew America was a big place before I came over here, but Jesus, once you start travelling around it and going across it and stuff, and up and down and backwards and forwards and things like that, you really get a concept of bloody hell, this is big. You know, sometimes you're going 100 miles or more out your way just to get around a mountain, 200 miles of a mountain. It's quite annoying. Just bloody dig a hole through it. We're still growling away on the engine. Tomorrow might not be a growl day. Well, there's something we don't see every day. I've never noticed that before coming down here. You see that on the right hand side, a load of wild pigs. Oh, there's our indoors. Wild pigs. Lots of the little things. Wild pigs, Stephanie. Wild pigs, you're on video, the video's running. Good morning, and good morning to the piggies in Georgia coming up to Florida. Check me out, I'm down in Florida. Fucking hell, he's petty swallowed. It's been a bit stormy though, rainstorms, and I've got a lot of Hawaiian shirts on. Oh, check me out, kiddies. Yes, I was pretty happy, and then Case called me this morning, Anchor, and he said, oh, I think we've got that beaver load. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard this fucking one before. So I did get my hopes built up. I should tell myself there's no point, because it was a good paying load, 2 pickups, straight back. 3,500 mile from Homestead, picking up tomorrow and the day after, but you know what? It fell through and didn't come off. What a fucking surprise. But hey ho, there's the shit, it's the van, it does, done it all the time. I came down to Florida on the whim of something. I went over to Virginia on the whim of a big load coming out. Failed again. I'm really feeling a bit pissed off at the moment. So I'm feeling really down with the dumps and what have you. Get a grip, man. It'll all be all right. So here's the exciting bit. Walmart was only 2 hours to unload, so that's, on that note, it's a pretty good one. I haven't done too bad coming down the way on them. It's not paying really, fucking really isn't paying brilliant. I keep punching the calculator thinking, oh, surely I'm working this out wrong. Am I working this out wrong? No, can't be working it. I am working it all wrong. But anyway, let's have a good note. We've got to have some positive. Right, the negatives. Casey's got me another load. It's going back to Dallas, up to Dallas, 2 drops, right next to each other, 2 deliveries. At first it was like, fuck man, what's he got me? Should I just tell him, no, fuck it, I'll wait down here until something else comes better on, or what? But it's 2 pickups and it's 2 deliveries. 7 o'clock the first one in the morning, not too far from where I'm at actually. So I've just left Coca. No time for the beach or any of that shit malarkey going on this trip, I'll tell you. But to be fair, it has been pissing it down most of the day. And the weather forecast is 3 days of torrential rain. So, you know, there wouldn't have been a lot of swimming pool action or anything like that. And it's pretty humid, to be fair. It's really base swollen. So that's an upbeat. It's raining. How that is an upbeat, I don't know, but it makes me get on. Right, so it's a 4 pickup he's got me. 2 pickups, sorry, 2 deliveries. Both on the top side of Orlando, one over towards the other side of Orlando, heading over to the west. Actually, it's pretty close to Chrome 75 shop. That's a bugger, isn't it? Got no money for that malarkey though. So, first one at 7 o'clock. I aren't too bothered with it. You know, I'm running agricultural, so I can get, it's 9 o'clock at fucking night now. 9:15, sorry for swearing. It's, and you know, you think, you know, I did have a lie-in this morning, but it's just, and it was a steady few days, so I really shouldn't complain, was it? But still, it's 9 o'clock, 9:30, it's going to be 10 o'clock before I get to sleep. I need to be up at 6 o'clock. For the ones who aren't truckers, you know, this is really good. I've got to be over there, washed and what have you, and ready to meet these people at 7 o'clock. So I'll be there when I'm there, that's for sure. So they can go swivel for their 7 o'clock if I'm not there. But I will be there. I'm trying to be real macho. Oh, I don't get. I'll be fucking there. I always am. But on an upbeat note, I've been crunching numbers and things like that. If you can get me a good one straight out of if we can get me something straight out of Dallas and home, a beer load, and we can get it for the over 5k, I'm back in the game. I'll be all right. You know what I mean? So that's on an upbeat. And the good part is, like I said before, do you stand or do you keep running? With the rates at the moment, everybody's in the same boat. The rates are fucking terrible. Everybody I spoke to, everybody's panicking like mad and what have you. There isn't the produce. That's the problem. That's why my flour load coming back up to Canada got cancelled, because there's no produce. Nobody's there picking the fucking stuff. Nobody wants to work anymore. And so that's a big holdback. On this, I am keeping moving. So what do? Do you stop? Do you wait? Do you wait till Thursday, Friday? All of a sudden there's not another load and you're stuck down in Florida, you had another week off. There's $700 of my of payments in the truck. You know what I mean? And you haven't moved a wheel, you haven't turned it, you haven't gone anywhere. So that's all downhill then. Or you take a hit on the money, on the load. Well, not a hit, but you run for just breaking even sort of thing, and a wage, and go for it. Well, you got to go for it, haven't you? You got to go for it. You really have. Doing it this way, I can be home on Monday if I get a load straight out of Dallas. That'll put me back into home Monday. So it's only been 2 weeks away, and I've made money. If I end up staying down here any longer, by the time you get home, it works out halfway through the week, and then by the time I've had my time, I get home the back end of the week. You see, then I miss the load coming back out again. By the time I've had 3 days off at home, you're into Saturday, and then you're staying at home till Monday. So, you know, before you know it, you've had 5-6 days off. And I can't afford that. I really can't afford that, right? Not at the moment, present climate. But I'm an owner-operator. Check me out. And I have been able to wear my flip-flops for a day or two tomorrow, hopefully. Even if it is raining, I will be wearing my goddamn flip-flops, that's for sure. So that's where we're up to right now. I'll be moving, and at least, you know, like I say, it's going to be a light load as well. The fridge won't be using hardly any fuel, so there's a bonus, and a light load going all the way up to Texas and stuff like that. So, you know, so it'll be better on fuel. The truck's doing 8 to the gallon, so that's pretty good. Overall, since I think the last 5,000-6,000 miles, 8.3. So, you know, and I have hammered it a little coming down this time, you know, 70 mile an hour and things like that. So I'm pretty chuffed with that, I really am. And I got some fuel today. I filled right up at $3. Oh, yesterday, sorry, $3.89, I think, something like that a gallon. So, you know, we can't complain at that one. We can though, because we're a bloody truck driver, and that's what we do. We like to complain. So, I aren't gonna go to the farm because I don't know this particular one, the first one I'm loading at tomorrow. If I go all the way up there, and you've seen some of the farms, people who watch me and stuff like that, I could end up coming pretty fucked up in the dark or something like that if I end up going wrong. Up by top side of Orlando and what have you, it's very sandy up there. Is the ground. You only have to go off a little bit, and it'd be just like going off the side in the snow and shit like that. Plus this way, going home, going Texas, Dallas and stuff like that, I get to go back through Moab, unless a really good paying load, and it's gonna have to be a good one, gets me over to LA or something like that, and then come up the way. All shall be revealed on, when do we unload? What day is it tomorrow? Tuesday, Wednesday. I unload Thursday morning, so hopefully if I can get a load on Thursday afternoon would be good. If not, I haven't really bothered. Friday morning, if I get it on Friday morning, I should be able to get back up home for Monday morning unloading in Seattle somewhere. That's the plan. Why do I make a plan? Why would I even try and make a plan? It's transport. No planning in transport.